Hey friends, it's Ed with Slow Car Fix, and I'm going to talk to you about my longest project that I've ever had, my 55 Chevy, and give you guys a little update. So I've had a bunch of people asking about it. This is how I started my channel. Was I did a tour of the shop, and then the first thing I was working on, maybe not the first thing, but pretty close to the first thing for myself, was this 55. It's a 4-door to 2-door conversion. My original plan has changed, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do, and talk a little bit about what's changed and what plans have changed, and what's led me to this point. I had a lot of projects that I needed to finish. They are all finished. The only thing that's left is this. This is the only car that I own that doesn't run. So we'll start out just looking at what I have. This is a 55 Bel Air 4-door that I've mostly converted to a 2-door. It's in process. It has a new floor pan. Obviously I've removed the front sheet metal. I have new fenders for it. I've done the rocker panel on this side. I grafted in a section there, and it looks all nice and pretty, but it still needs some work. I have a lot more work to do. This is the good side. It's relatively straight and shaped the way it's supposed to be shaped, but still needs some love. The back corner is not great. I'm gonna have to do some work there. And I was really debating on whether or not to just stop now and buy quarter panels. Also, you might notice that there is a brand new one-piece floor in here, which was actually pretty easy to do. And I'm glad I did it. It was expensive, but it definitely ties everything together and gives me a solid foundation to work from. I have some things to do in the kick panels over there. Now, mind you, I haven't looked at this car in a little bit. I just put it back on the shop side about a week ago, and just so I could start getting at it. This is my least favorite side. They say to always start with the passenger side, because the passenger side is not what you're going to see all the time. The driver's side is what you're going to see. I started on the driver's side. Nobody says I know what I'm doing, because I don't. This has been a bit of a thing. I did the same thing as the other side, but I didn't like it, so I cut it all back out. This is an aftermarket piece. You can watch my other videos. There's a ton of stuff on this. This is a section from the rear door, and this is actually the skin of the front door. And I thought, it looks like the same sort of profile, and it's close. When you look down the side, it is pregnant like the door is, and it does curve out like it's supposed to. Not quite as much as the passenger side does, from just looking at it. But, and then there's going to be, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a significant amount of fill that's going to have to go in this. And this is definitely going to have to take a lot of work for it to look like the other side. However, the other side did look somewhat like this, and it looks pretty good now. So I do have a little bit of faith in my abilities. However, when it came time to do the LS swap on my 57 truck in the winter, I walked from this. And I walked from this because I didn't like what I found here. What I found here is not cool. I ran into some lead work down here that kind of bubbled up. This is extremely thin and almost through, right there and right there. This is a lot of filler, and right here is, I don't know, bordering on 3/8 of an inch of filler. So that's when I started looking for quarter panels. Also, to continue the tour, you can see that I have to replace this back piece here, and this back piece here is almost non-existent. What I'm going to do here, I have a decision on what I'm going to do. I'm going to order the I'll point you in the right spot. I'm going to order the 3 pieces, this tailpiece, the support that's in behind it, and then the first 10 inches of trunk floor. I'm going to order them because this is all shot in here. I'm also going to order, they make 2 sections of this. They make one that comes up to here, and goes all the way down, and they make a half one. I think I'm going to order the half one because all up here is pretty good on both sides. So I'm going to do that, and then whatever, this is a lot of fill and crap in there. I'm going to at least get this side so I can tie this in to this cross panel, and I may get the piece that goes on the other side as well. Probably, at least on one of the sides, if not both. But there's still a significant amount of metal work to do here. So the change in direction is me realizing what I like and what I don't like in a car. It took me a little bit. It took me working on some other projects and having some different types of cars to realize what it is that I like and what it is that I don't like. What I initially had planned for this car is it's going to be a challenge. I wanted whatever I do on it to challenge me. And really it has. It has a lot, and it will continue to, even with this new plan. But I had grand visions of doing like really nice high-end paint myself. I've never fully painted a car. I've painted parts of a car. I've clear coated a car. I've blown in stuff. I've never painted a full car start to finish. So it's a pretty high bar to set. I was going to do things like detail the firewall, shave the filler, and go with a different filler, and a bunch of things like C4 Corvette suspension. I even went to the extreme of I already have the front cross member for the C4. I don't have the rear. That's the expensive part. And then I got looking into some of that stuff, and I thought, do I want this thing done in my lifetime? And am I going to enjoy it? So I'll take you over here and I'll show you my cars, some of my favorite cars that I drive. This truck gets driven the most out of anything that I have. If you followed my progress on it, if you haven't, it's a 57 Chevy Truck. It's modernish suspension, LS swapped with a 6-liter, comfortable interior, cruise control. I just drove it on like a 5,000 kilometer road trip, and it was flawless, relatively. The other one that I drive a lot lately is this Corsa, and it's in pretty good shape. It's in really good shape, and it's pretty clean, but it's not mint. It's not mint by any means, and I'm not afraid to park at places. I drive the Bug a fair bit. The Bug has bare metal, and it's like 15 different colors. Those are the ones I use kind of the most. And I just got back from work, as you can tell. So that made me think about what it is that I like. The 64 up there is also kind of a patina car. It's not the original paint, but it's a very old paint job. And I really like it. I like that it's worn in and kind of crappy, and it looks good from here, but trust me, it's not great. But it's a very solid car. So what I like to do with these cars is I like to road trip. That is pretty much my favorite thing to do. I go to cruise nights every now and then, and I go to some car shows, but not very often. I don't race. I'm not into performance-y kind of stuff. So me doing like a autocross style suspension, it seemed nice, seemed like the thing to do, and I wanted to be different and everything, but I'm not different because there's a million of these cars, and there's a million of guys like me that are doing the exact same friggin' thing. So really what I want is a car that I can drive anywhere, not really worry about, and enjoy. So it requires a few things to do that. It has to be reliable, it has to be comfortable, and it has to sort of have a look that I really enjoy. If I went full-on show car with this thing, which I don't think would be a very good idea, this isn't the car. If there's ever a car, a 55 to hot rod, it's one that was kind of crappy to begin with and that I bastardized the hell out of. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do Corvette front suspension, and I'm not going to do Corvette rear suspension because it's going to take too long. I'm going to lose interest and I'm going to go on to work on something else. And in the end, even if I did do it top quality, the best I could possibly do, you know, detail the firewall and paint everything and all that stuff, I'm not going to enjoy it. It's going to sit on the lift like my Malibu does, that I'm, for sentimental reasons, worried about getting wrecked. Now, I did drive that on a big giant road trip last year, but I don't really drive it very much because I don't want someone to run into it, and that's happened to me before. So where do we go from here? Well, we get the other side looking like this side. That's the first thing. Weld in the back panels, straighten out any dents, strip the rest of the paint off of it. Have a look at really what's going on. Decide whether or not I need to do that quarter panel. Now, once I strip that paint over there, I'll know that. I don't think I need to do both quarter panels. I'm not sure if I need to do any at all. What I'm going to do is a patina-looking, survivor-looking car. Now, it's not a patina car, and now maybe it was if I would have left it alone. And it's not a survivor car because it's been bastardized at this point. But I'm going to make it look that way. It'll get an LS engine because I would, at this point, with how much luck I've had with them, I would put an LS in my lawnmower. I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do for front suspension. I need help with that. I think probably what I need to do for front suspension is just maybe some drop spindles, disc brakes. I want power steering and power brakes. And I understand there's a power steering kit and a power brake kit for these things, and lots of them, I guess. And then just do drop spindles to get it a little lower. And then I was thinking maybe proper lowering leafs for the back that don't involve getting too in-depth with stuff. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. What are you guys using on Tri-5 stuff? I know what some of the other guys on YouTube and stuff are doing, and I've seen that. I'm interested. Send me links, send me suggestions. But let's keep it from being a roadster shop chassis. If I could afford that, it'd be great, but I have too many cars to put all that money into one car. So some sort of mild but drivable disc brakes, power steering, new springs and shocks, all new bushings, all that sort of stuff. Drivability, safety, you know, obviously all new brake lines, new wiring. I am going to paint it myself. Like I said, I've never painted a car before, so now's the time to try it. I have ideas of how I want it to be. I have a color in mind. I've had a couple colors in mind all along, but I still have a color in mind. The firewall, I'll probably just I'll clean it, pressure wash it or whatever, and strip it all down. And I'll just do like the traditional flat black POR or DOM or something like that. I might pull the body back off the frame. I had it mostly off when I did the floor. Lift it up, paint the frame and all that stuff. I'll do all the engine stuff, mock up at least while the front end's off. And I was going to sort of mini tub the rear. I don't think I need to do that because I think I'm just going to run a 15-inch rally wheel and paint them to match the roof color. I'm going to do it two-tone. The body color, I don't really want to say yet because I'm not 100% nailed down, but I got a pretty good idea. So the body color, and then it's going to be two-tone, and I'm going to carry the two-tone into the roof. Some of them people do the roof, some of them people don't. They just do that two-tone panel, but I'm going to do the roof as well, you know, in the trunk and all that stuff. So I'll do that. Sort of I guess it's the traditional Tri-5 way. The thing that this does is it lets me sort of loosen up on my work. And now I'm still going to do the best quality work I can, but I'm also still learning, as we all are. So was this too much of a project for me? I don't know, probably. Which project isn't? But if I go patina look, I really like the worn-in look. I don't want to make it as crazy as my truck. My truck's pretty over the top as far as patina. It's not really patina. It's kind of just all over the place. It's almost a paint job at this point, but it's through to bare metal in spots and stuff like that. I'm not getting that crazy with this. I'm thinking it's just going to be the two colors, but I'm going to wear it through in spots. I'm going to put I want it to look like to steal like Magnus Walker's terms, a worn-in pair of shoes. I just want it to look like something that's been around a while and something that's been worn in. That's kind of what I'm into. And then if I park it somewhere in a hotel parking lot on a road trip that I'm doing like 5,000 kilometers or something, I'm not worried about it. Don't have to think about it. So that I'm looking forward to. It's got to be reliable, so LS. It's got to be comfortable. Not sure what I'm going to do for interior, but I'm open to suggestions on that as well. Whatever it is, I'm going to try and do it nice, not tacky, and just sort of comfortable. Maybe tan. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think I already got a line on a 6-liter, so it'll go with a 6-liter. I would love a T56. I'm not sure if I can pull it off. Maybe just a 4L80 like my truck. Really happy with how the truck works. So I enjoy patina cars. This isn't really me chintzing out or cheaping out. I guess I'm not selling out. I do enjoy patina cars, and I think what would happen if I painted this really nice and spent tens of thousands of dollars on trim and crap, that I probably wouldn't care and I'd end up selling it because it just wouldn't interest me. And then I'd go look for a 57 or something. That would be more of a patina build. I like the 55s. I like the 57s probably better. But this done the way I have envisioned in my head, I'll want to keep it. And I'm not into buying and selling anymore. So done enough of that. So I want to learn. I want to have a drivable and usable road trip car that I can enjoy. And maybe I'll do air conditioning in this one. I've done 2 LS swaps now and haven't put air conditioning in either one. Maybe this one is the one to get it. I'm probably going to do fixed back windows, like the base models had. I'm just going to focus on not overthinking it, because I've been overthinking it and trying to build in my head something that really isn't what I want. What I want is a lot simpler. So I'm going to stick to that. Let me know what you guys think. I know there's been a bunch of you that have followed me from the start that have been waiting for this project. Now's the time. I have nothing else to work on. Everything else I have is done. That's a pretty good thing, because when I built this shop, or had the shop built 2 years ago when I started this YouTube channel, I had 4 non-running cars and a whole bunch that needed work. Now I'm down to just the one. Just one non-running car, and now's the time to finish it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. I apologize that it's been a little bit since the last video. I've been busy with work and life and so on. I'm back at it again. I needed to work a whole bunch to be able to pay for all this stuff. So thanks, and I'll catch you when I'm stripping the paint off this thing.